Hey, hi everybody. Yes, I'm still here, despite not being spotted in the vicinity of YouTube for several months. I thought I'd give you all a quick summary of why I haven't been seen for months, and also give you a quick tour of the Shedzilla to see what's lurking in the shadows there that you may not have seen yet. First things first, where the heck have I been and why no videos for such a long period of time? Well, I'm sorry about that. The problem with my life at the moment is I just simply don't have the time that I need to move forward and do all the things that I want to. There are two or three main reasons that have been taking up all of my time recently, and they are as follows. So first of all, I run my own business, which I've been doing for a number of years now, and I'm actually preparing to launch a second business alongside the first one.
Are you serious?
Replicating an entire business with variations is time consuming. When you've spent years building up a business and you're trying to build another one that's similar to launch alongside it, you remember all the effort that was put into developing the first business.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Number two, I've got two teenage sons and they've both been going through their exams the last couple of months, and that's obviously been quite stressful. There's been a lot of stuff going on. There's been, proms, all sorts of stuff. The reason number three is that I've got some other side projects which have been self-destructing recently and costing me a lot of money and time. So trying to sort those out and fix those has been a big distraction recently. But there is a slightly silver lining to that, which I'll get into in a second. So the bottom line is that the Alfa Nut channel, although it's fantastic, I love it, I love doing it, I love showing you guys what I'm doing and making videos. The problem is it only brings in a very small amount of revenue. So unfortunately, I've had to prioritise where I'm spending my time at the moment. Now, I would love nothing more than to be able to spend all day, every day, out there in the workshop, working on cars, making videos for you guys, but unfortunately, right now, I can't afford to do that. So it's a bit of a problem, it's a bit of a catch-22. So I took on this amazing Shedzilla a year ago, hoping that I would be able to grow the channel to the point where the revenue that was coming in from the channel from advertising would be able to pay the rent every month, and I'd hopefully be able to start moving into a profit situation, and then I would have some investment to put into the cars, to buy parts, to make better videos, all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, that dream is just that at the moment. It's still just a dream and is quite a long way away from being a reality. So I can't really ask you guys to become paying supporters when I'm not making enough content for the channel. That's pretty obvious. All I can promise you is that I'll do the best I can, and in return, if you can like, subscribe and comment on each video, that will help YouTube to push the video out to a wider audience, and hopefully with a bit more time, the channel will grow enough for it to be able to be self-sustaining. That would be my ultimate ambition. So I guess I will have to make a decision at some point whether I can afford to keep Shedzilla going, or whether I'll have to admit defeat, sell some of my precious cars and move back to a smaller garage. All I can say is I'll do the best that I can, and thanks from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys who've supported me and continue to support me, and I'm doing this for you. Obviously I love it, but I love the fact that you guys look forward to the videos, you comment, you enjoy them. Really means a lot to me, so thank you very much. I don't know if you remember that I have a Ducati 1200S, lovely bike. Had it for a couple of years now, and my friend Doug.
It's Fresh Doug. It's Fresh Doug. Oh, hang on, Fresh Doug. There we go.
More about him later. But he suggested that I use the Motorcycle News comparison website. So, yeah, great. I needed some insurance. I went on their comparison site. They had a competition that was running at the same time. So I obviously entered the competition. I don't remember doing it, if I'm honest. But I entered the competition, bought some insurance, Fast forward 6 weeks and I get a phone call one day from this nice lady who said, "Hi there, it's Sean from Motorcycle News." And I said, "Oh, hello." And I was thinking, oh no, a sales call. She's going to try and sell me something now. But she said, "You used our insurance comparison site a little while ago, Mr. Davison. You bought some insurance and you entered our competition." Oh, I thought, maybe it's not a sales call after all. So I said, "Yeah, I think so. Yes, I think I remember entering that." And then she shocked me by saying, "Well, I'm happy to tell you, Mr. Davison, that you've won." "Oh, okay," I said. "That's great. Thanks very much." Not really remembering any detail about it. I said, "Sorry about this, Sean, but you're going to have to refresh my memory because I really don't remember what the competition prize was. What have I won?" And she said, "This." Wow, that's amazing. What a fantastic thing to win. I've never won anything in my life. That's brilliant. That's awesome. But just about this same time, I got a phone call to say that a boundary wall on my property was about to collapse and it needed to be rebuilt very quickly. The GSX-8S that I'd won was worth about £8,300, which is great. Unfortunately, the wall that needed to be rebuilt was going to cost me £9,500 to rebuild. So, easy come, easy go. You receive with one hand, you give it away with the other hand. That's life. I also met up with my oldest mate, Doug, and spent a couple of days up in our hometown of Scarborough, riding around some of our old teenage haunts on unreliable 1970s motorbikes.
Breakfast of champions.
Similar to the bikes we could afford back in the day. Doug and I first met at nursery school at the age of 4 and were best friends all through school. We rode around together on old bikes when we were teenagers, and now that we are supposedly adults, we try to meet up for a few days each year for a bit of fun. This year, a retro motorbike camping trip seemed like a fun idea. So Doug bought and I borrowed some cheap old bikes and tried to make them as reliable as possible. It rained, of course, and we got soaked riding to Whitby and across the North Yorkshire moors to Thornton Le Dale, where Matthewson's of the Bangers and Cash show first had their showroom. That trip was a bit of a mission as I had to stuff a 1979 250cc Suzuki X7 into the back of my faithful old Mazda Bongo camper van. I'll be making a full episode about that trip soon, so watch out for that if you like old bikes and road trips. What else is happening in the garage apart from the Ducati and the soon-to-be liquidated Suzuki GSX-8S? Well, I'm looking after a 156 GTA, which belongs to my good local friends Marcus and Susan. Marcus has just had an op on his leg after a motorcycle crash. He's been waiting for that for quite a long time. So get well soon, Marcus. We're all rooting for you, buddy. We need you back here and helping us to fix stuff that Gary and I can't do on our own. But don't you worry, I'm looking after the GTA as if it was my own. I've also got a beautiful 916 Spider, which belongs to another local friend of mine, Stick. And Stick is away working, so I'm looking after his Spider at the moment, which is a very, very pretty car. It's red, it's got a fully custom engine finish. It's got bigger brakes, it's got a lovely exhaust. Yeah, very, very nice car. He has said that he's happy for me to drive it, so maybe I'll do a comparison shortly between his Spider and my Spider over there. Mine's a little bit more standard than his, but we'll see. In this corner, what do we have here? We have the 75 2.5 V6. This is a car that I got through the MOT recently. Well, actually it was last August, October I think it was. This is a car that I would love to keep. It does need the shaft, the drive shaft balanced. I've got to the bottom of that issue now. I thought maybe it was a tyre that had been flat spotted from sitting around during lockdown when it was locked away in a garage up in Renfrewshire. I think that's where it was. Or no, Kilmarnockshire, beg your pardon, Kilmarnockshire. I'll get told off now by all the Scottish viewers. But yeah, this is a car that's well worth spending some more time and money on. I'm hopefully going to get some lowering springs from Kevin at EB Spares. Kevin specialises in 75s, GTV6s, transaxle Alphas, as well as lots of other different models. But Kevin's a useful man to know as well. Cheers for that, Kevin. I'll be tapping you up for some springs, some lowering springs for this car very soon. So yeah, my 1979 X19, which is the same year as the X7. And both start with an X, which is a bit weird. But yeah, the X19, well, it's remarkably rust-free for its age. There's a little bit of bubbling around this wheel arch, and there's a little bit around the roof, a little bit on the front panel, and a bit of a hole, you might say, in the scuttle. Apart from that, it's really very good. It needs recommissioning, obviously. The engine hasn't been run for many years, so I haven't tried to start it. It's pretty original. I've got some replacement door cards because somebody decided to take a Stanley knife to these to fit some big nasty 6x9 1990s speakers. I did manage to get a Perspex top for it, which is called a Saratoga top. Very rare, very expensive. These are worth a lot of money. I was quite lucky to find this one. But it's basically a sunroof, so you can see out, which is nice. And over in this corner, we have my 156, 2.5 V6. This is a lovely car. I've got a tan interior that I've been planning to put in it for a long time. Again, it's just finding the time to do these things. I'm seriously toying with the idea of actually putting this car up for sale. It's got uprated brakes at the front. These are Mito Quadrifoglio 4-piston calipers, bigger discs. It's got completely restored brakes, front and rear. It's had a complete underneath refurb. The whole of the floor pan has been sorted out, welded where necessary, undersealed. Yeah, the tan interior will really set this one off. It had a full glass out respray as well, so it's a really great car. Not MOT'd at the moment, but I may get it MOT'd this year and get it back out and use it a bit. My poor GTV, the Princess, which has been pushed into a corner and left for quite a while. This car really needs to be sorted out. It really needs to get back on the road. It's in great condition, really. Had a full engine rebuild. It runs. It needs brakes. It needs a new exhaust, which I've already got. And it needs a little hole in the floor pan underneath the passenger footwell welded, and then perhaps a little bit of paint work. But it really could be back on the road quite quickly. Again, time dependent. And last but not least, my lovely little Lancia Beta Spider. Love this car. This, as you probably know, is the convertible version of my first ever car, which was a Lancia Beta Coupe. I kicked the bucket. The Beta Spider is the convertible version of my first ever car, of course, which was the Lancia Beta Coupe 1600. This one is a 2 litre. It's a great little car. It's generally in very good condition. It just needs a little bit of time and TLC to tidy up a few areas. I'm driving this one. It's on the road. It's a lot of fun. I might even take it out today. So there you go. I just thought I'd bring you all back up to date with what's been going on in my life. A little bit too much has been going on in my life, to be honest. But you know, this is what it is. And all I can promise you is that I'll do my best to try and keep pumping out the videos, at least one a month, preferably two a month would be great, and try and drop some shorts in between. I'm going to do my best. Please, if you enjoy what I do, carry on supporting. Click like, click subscribe, leave me a comment. It all helps the algorithm and helps YouTube to decide that my videos are something that more people should see. If you want to join my subscribers list, you can do so for as little as £1, £2 a month. There is a link underneath the title. If you want to do that, that would be brilliant. That would really help out. But whatever you can do, even if it's just a like, is much appreciated. So thanks a lot. I'll be back very soon because unfortunately my next video is titled "I've broken my Wheeler Dealers GTV."